Hello, everybody. Welcome to Moxie Bets, presented by Caesar Sportsbook. I'm Katie Mox, and today we're talking Memorial Day weekend, MLB futures, and much, much more. My guest today is our guy, Kenny Betts Big. Kenny, how you doing?
I'm doing good, Katie. Our good friends over at Caesar Sportsbook, they kicked my butt yesterday. I had 6,000 on the
Ooh.
Mets, and my Mets let me down. So excited to be here with you today, talk some locks, and figure out where I can get my money back.
Well, Kenny, it's not the first or the last time that the Mets are going to let you down, is
Don't say
probably
that.
what I think. All right. So, Memorial Day weekend this weekend, do you have any fun plans?
Yeah, a couple barbecues got lined up.
Mm.
See, it's Jersey, which I didn't know. There's a couple things that people do on Memorial Day weekend out here in Jersey is not really what people are doing around the country, which we'll talk about later. But yeah, just a couple barbecues, low key. I'm old now. I'm in my 30s, so I don't go too crazy anymore.
Yeah, I would argue that there's a lot of things that people do in Jersey that don't happen around the world outside of Memorial Day weekend. But yes, we will get into that. We're going to go through some fun Memorial Day weekend odds, if you will. But yeah, I'm going to go to the city one night with my girlfriends, and then go to the beach here in Connecticut on Sunday. I haven't been to a Connecticut beach, so we'll have to see how. How that is compared to the New York beaches. I will say New York beaches, at least in and around the city, are like nothing compared to California beaches where I'm from. But again, we will get into all of this later. Before we get into the show for real, we want to acknowledge that Memorial Day is all about the brave men and women who have made the ultimate sacrifice for our country and our freedom. We thank you. We love you. We appreciate you. We celebrate you this weekend, and really every day. So thank you for that. And now it is time to get into a little baseball. It's been said that baseball season really begins after Memorial Day. And we've already talked about the early surprises, the disappointments with you. So let's go ahead and let's think about what's actually going to happen here, Kenny. Okay. So, which division leader are you the most worried about? Who would you not put money on to finish in that spot? If we look at who's leading the divisions right now, the AL East, you got the Rays, AL Central. You got the Twins. In the West, the Rangers, NL East, Braves, NL Central, the Brewers, and of course the NL West. You've got the Dodgers there.
Who am I least confident in to finish on top? I would have to go with the Rangers. You just look at the rest of the division. The last time I was on the show with you and we were talking about World Series futures, I was talking about how the odds makers still have the Astros penciled in there as the favorite. Still penciled in as the favorite. They just get Jose Altuve back. They're still waiting to get Brantley back, another huge bat in their lineup. So I think if I'm looking at a team that's going to fade down the stretch, it would probably be the Rangers.
All right, the Rangers, he says. I like it. I like it. The Rangers have been hitting a lot of overs. They have been getting a lot of runs there. All right, so who are you locking in to finish first then? Which is one of these leaders that you love?
I do like the Astros to win that division, but they're not in first place. So if we're looking at the teams who are currently in first place, I actually gave this one out on the show with you when we started the season. It has to be the Dodgers. They started the season, they were minus 110, 115 to win that division, which I said at the time was an absolute gift. And now they're minus 450 to win that division, which I still think, if you're someone who you don't mind laying the juice and paying the price, I still think minus 450 on the Dodgers to win that division is not bad at all.
Minus 450 is not bad at all.
It's not, because when you look at the returns, you're going to
You got
get
to bet
about.
a lot of money for that to be worth it, which you do. Kenny Betts Big.
Yeah, I guess. But even if you're not, like, even if you just look at like stock market type, returns, like you're 450, you're getting a nice return there. So you put 450 down, you're getting 100 back. That's a good return on investment, right? Like you
Yeah, I
you
guess.
don't agree? No,
I,
serious. What do you mean, Katie? What do you mean? So if I told you, hey, Katie, for every $450 you put into this, you're gonna get $100 back, you would say, I'm not. No.
Well, you might not, but you might lose that $450. That's the thing. So yes, if it was a guarantee, I'd be like, sure, I'm going to make $100. But it's like, it's 90%, but you could lose 450 just trying to make 100. So, again, you are in a different betting bracket than I am. So I understand that from you. So which team do you expect to make the biggest push from where they are right now?
There's a couple that I think could, but I would have to go with the Phillies. Right now, they're 7 games back from first place. And, there's just too much talent on the team. They started the season, no Bryce Harper. He's back. He's doing Bryce Harper things. They bring in Trey Turner, who, former MVP. It's going to take some time for when we see these new guys go on these new teams. Usually takes a couple months, couple weeks for them to, get comfortable and really get things going. So I think kind of similar to last year, we saw the Phillies make a push late season and they took it all the way to the World Series. I don't know if they'll quite make it to the World Series again, but I do think they are better than they've played so far.
Okay. Well, what about for the first quarter? If you're looking at MVPs for the AL and the NL up to this point, who we liking?
AL, I mean, you got to give it to Shohei Ohtani. Guy's doing, again, every year what no one else is doing. You could make an argument could be a favorite to win the Cy Young, too. His pitching numbers are unreal this year. Had another home run in last night's game, so still swinging a hot bat. NL, the favorite right now is Ronald Acuna. I don't know if I would give it to him, though. And this is no bias. I know a lot of times they get a lot of crap for being with the Mets bias, but I think Pete Alonso leading the league in home runs. He's fourth in RBIs. If Pete Alonso is not on that Mets team, I don't know where we would be because, he is just simply carrying us at this point. So we haven't played that well this year, but if no Pete Alonso, we'd probably be last in the division right now. So I think Pete Alonso coming down the stretch. I think the Mets, I've talked about it at nauseum for a lot of people. I do think the Mets will figure it out and turn things around and make a late season run. And
Mm-hmm.
that's going to have to be behind the bat of Pete Alonso.
Yeah, Pete Alonso, the polar bear, has been pretty much saving that team, I feel like, most recently. Okay, so let's talk Memorial Day weekend baseball. Which series are you most excited to watch this weekend?
There's a few good ones. We got the Yankees, Padres. There's the Diamondbacks, Red Sox, which, sounds weird, but it's actually a pretty good series. But it's got to be the Dodgers and the Rays. In my opinion, the two best teams in baseball. Very good chance this will be a World Series matchup come October. So yeah, I'm interested to see who wins that one between the LA Dodgers and the Tampa Bay Rays.
You still going to feel good about your minus 450 if the Rays sweep the Dodgers? I know it's not the same division, but still.
Yeah, Katie, come on. You're a California girl. You know that Dodgers own that division. Minus
I
450.
know, but I wanted the Padres. I had a futures bet on the Padres there, so and I was hoping that they could finally, upset the Dodgers, which maybe they could do in the. I don't know. We'll have to see how that comes up. All right, we're gonna take a quick break here, and then we'll be right back here on Moxie Bets. Tickets to the game, merch, meals at iconic restaurants, stays at Caesar Palace. All this can be yours when you bet with Caesar Sportsbook. Win or lose, every bet earns reward credits, which you can redeem across the empire. Now, if you haven't started yet, register using code OMAHAFULL and then place your first bet up to $1,250. If you win, great. You keep those winnings. But if you lose, you'll get your stake back as a bonus bet. Welcome back to Moxie Bets here with Kenny Bets Big. It is Memorial Day weekend, also the unofficial start to the summer. And with that comes celebrations and gatherings. So we thought we'd pick the best and the worst of Memorial Day weekend. First up, Kenny, we're going to talk food. Okay, what is the best Memorial Day weekend barbecue food? And our lovely producers set some odds here. Hamburgers, the clear favorite, minus 100. Hot dogs, plus 200. Chicken wings, plus 350. Ribs, plus 400. Or the field at plus 500. I'm going to say the best Memorial Day barbecue food. Now, it depends. Depends where you go. But I'm gonna go hot dog. I'm gonna go hot dog plus two. Ribs are calling me, but I don't like. Not everybody does a good rib,
Yep.
so that's kind of hard. And if you go somewhere where they've got phenomenal ribs, I'm gonna eat a rib over anything else. But I will rarely turn down a hot dog. So I'm gonna go hot dogs. Where are you?
I'm right there with you. My answer is the same. It depends where I'm going. If I'm going to my family's house, it's going to be a hamburger, a cheeseburger.
Yeah.
Like so hard to mess those up. Simple, right? On the grill. If I'm going to my girlfriend's house where she's Spanish, I'm going to go with the ribs. They know what they're doing.
Mhm.
My girlfriend's dad, he's a master on the grill. The ribs he's whipping up, they're A plus. So I'm going to go with the ribs.
Because I feel like for me, well, one, I love ribs and I don't eat them that often if I go to a good barbecue joint or maybe, a good barbecue with someone that knows what they're doing. But hot dogs to me are like destinational food. I don't eat hot dogs at home. Okay. I'm not making hot dogs at home. It's like if I'm at a ballpark, if I'm at some kind of an arena, or a holiday, like those are the only times I'm eating hot dogs. So I just never, ever, ever turn them down. There was something that, the Phillies had that dollar hot dog day and all the fans were throwing the hot dogs out. I'm like, I don't care if they cost $1. I'm not getting rid of a ballpark hot dog like that.
Do
They're
you-
just too good and they're too special to me. So that's what I'm going to do. All right, moving on to the most overrated summer barbecue side. Is it baked beans at even money? Corn on the cob, also at even money. Potato salad. Boo. Excuse me. I love potato salad plus 250. Watermelon plus 500, or the field plus 800. I could give a rat's you know what about baked beans. So
what?
I'm going to go with that one. Baked beans are so boring
Oh
and
my
like
goodness.
I can't even believe I love potato salad. Potato salad is something I eat whenever I can.
I I've never had potato salad once in my life, other than like a forkful and I spit it out. So
Do
for
not like
me,
mayonnaise.
no, I actually love mayonnaise. I like
Mm,
on a sandwich, like I love putting like extra mayo on a turkey sub or something.
mhm.
Love it. But I've and it's weird because I love potatoes. I love mashed potatoes, baked potatoes, twice baked potatoes, you name it. I love them. But potato salad, macaroni salad, not for me. So yeah, for
Oh,
me,
I
it,
love
the most overrated would be potato salad by a mile.
boo. Boo. You eat baked beans, don't you? You look like a baked bean guy.
Yeah, I do. I what does a baked bean guy look like?
It's you. It's you.
When I think of a baked bean guy, I think of like a lumberjack, like cutting down trees or something. But definitely not me. Um, but yeah, how could you
I
not
love
like
potato
baked
salad.
beans?
If I go to a barbecue joint, I'm always getting the ribs, the potato salad, and then like the fries, tots, mac and cheese, whatever. But those are the two things. If they are there, I'm getting them. I love potato salad. I've had bad potato salad. Okay, I have. Sometimes people put too much dill in there. I don't always like a red potato salad, but just a good country potato salad. If you don't try to do too much to it, I gotta disagree with you there. All right. So, what is the best Memorial Day weekend activity? Is it a barbecue? Minus 350. Going to the beach? Plus 200. Clubbing? Plus 350. A movie marathon? Plus 850. Or the field? Plus 1,000. This is where you
So
get Jersey on me, isn't it?
yeah, it's about to get real Jersey. It's got to be clubbing. Listen, it being
Clubbing.
which I had no idea that this was just like a Jersey, type
Yeah.
thing on the
Mhm.
Memorial Day weekend. You hit the club and you go crazy. But yeah, Memorial Day weekend out in New Jersey. If you're not down the shore, DJs, bar A, tiki bar, somewhere like that, headliners become real big over the last 5 years. What are you doing? Um, but like I said earlier in the show,
Beat
I'm
the
getting
beat.
yeah, a little bit of this. Um, it's funny because your perception of that is probably just from the Jersey Shore, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Literally. That's it.
yeah. It's funny because
Which,
that
by the
show,
way, I feel like all those places that you just named, I saw on the Jersey Shore.
yeah, they were all on there, but like I don't know, it's weird because like those guys, they're not even from Jersey. The cast of the Jersey Shore, only
Yeah.
Mike and Sammy are the only two from Jersey, and I don't know. I don't know if it was a good representation of Jersey.
Well, no, but probably not. Probably, well, none of those shows are a good representation of anywhere. But I don't know. I've never been. I've been to the Jersey Shore, but like at a like a family house and that kind of way. I've never done it Jersey style, I guess. So maybe you'll have to take me one of these days, even though we are old. Now, I'm gonna go with the beach. I'm from California. It's Memorial Day weekend. Everybody's at the beach. You don't want to be anywhere that's not near water. So a beach or a lake or any of those things make the most sense. And you could, by the way, you barbecue on the beach. And if you're out there in Venice or in Santa Monica, sometimes people are barbecuing out there, and it's really fun. You spend the whole day there. That's great. Clubbing. Well, Jersey, at least clubs are on the beach, right? Like you said, Jersey Shore, the clubs are right there, or like not on the beach, but in those beach towns. There's not clubs in beach towns, really in California. You'd have to go inland for that. So if you were like going out to clubs in Hollywood on Memorial Day weekend, you would be considered a loser or a tourist, because it's just not what. That's just not what we do. But yeah, for me, I always need to be by a body of water during these summer holidays. That's just what feels very American to me, at least in my way. Okay, so let's now move on to
I got to ask you one question though. You told
please.
me when we started the show you were going to a beach in Connecticut. I've
Yes.
What beaches do they have in I've never heard of a beach in Connecticut. Is it like a lake?
Well, no, it's a beach. Well, they've got harbors and like the sound and all kinds of, yeah, there's water around us. And look, I don't know, this is my first time going to beach. There's a beach in Greenwich. There's a few beaches even here in like Stamford or down. So I mean, I will let you know when I come back and tell you how these beaches are, because I will say I grew up in Northern California. I grew up in the Bay Area. We went to Santa Cruz all the time. Then I lived in LA for a very long time. So I've done all the beaches there. I've obviously gone down to, I lived in Orange County for a while. I've done those beaches. When I lived in New York last year and we went to the beach, we went to, I believe, we went to like Rockaways, the Rockaways beach. And it is just it was a different animal. First of all, the sand kind of hurts because it's a bunch of little rocks. It's not like nice sand. And then the tide or like the current was so strong. You go in there if you got to pee or something, right? So you go into the ocean, you're taking your life into your hands. I mean, I got knocked down, and there are like rocks and boulders coming and hitting you in the shin and stuff. It is like a war zone out there in the Rockaways. And again, I haven't been in the water in a Jersey beach, but I definitely want to try that. And yeah, I have no idea, but I will let you know what the beach is like here in Connecticut this weekend.
Do
I'm
you go
willing
deep
to
in the
give it
water?
a try. Huh?
Do you go like deep out in the ocean? I'm afraid of the ocean water, so I don't put like anything past my knees really.
Oh yeah. No, I do. Well, one, obviously, like Jaws weirdly was my favorite movie when I was like in third grade. So I had like a weird obsession with sharks and stuff. I mean, I was a swimmer. I was a competitive swimmer my whole life from like 6 to 18. I was a lifeguard. I taught swim lessons. So anything water and swimming, I'm totally fine with and comfortable with. But yeah, in those waters that are darker where you can't necessarily see the bottom, you could start thinking about things and get yourself freaked out. But yeah, no, I love swimming fully in the ocean or anywhere. So yeah. All right. So moving on to what's your best Memorial Day barbecue game? Cornhole is the favorite here, which I find interesting. Minus 300. Ooh, giant Jenga. Haven't done that in a while. Plus 300. A water balloon toss. Plus 550. A three-legged race. These are like family reunion games, I feel like. Or the field at plus 1,000. I'm thinking about this one. Do you have an answer?
So I'm gonna go with the field just because. So I was telling the producers before the show, when I was a young kid, I used to belong to a pool club, and
Mm.
every Memorial Day weekend they would do this thing where they would have like a race, and then at the end of the race they would like grease up this watermelon, and they would throw
Ooh.
the watermelon into the pool, and you would jump in the pool and try and get the watermelon, and whoever got the watermelon was the winner.
And
Um,
but it kept slipping out of your
yeah,
hands.
exactly, exactly. So I don't know what you would call that game necessarily, but I'm gonna go with that one.
Okay, I like that. I'm gonna go with the field too, and I'm gonna go more with like a quarters or a flip cup, or a drinking game because those are usually the games that I am playing at a barbecue. And I feel like flip cup is maybe
No
one
beer
of
pong?
the huh?
No
Or
beer
beer
pong?
pong.
Yeah,
Yes,
right?
beer pong. Beer pong. Okay, yes, beer pong. Going with the field plus 1,000. Beer pong is definitely something that we are always playing um, at barbecues. When I was again,
Whoever
when I was
wrote
living
this
in LA, I
script,
had a
Katie,
huge
clearly lives under a rock.
what?
I'm just kidding.
Wait, why do I live under a rock
I
though?
said whoever wrote this script clearly lives under a rock for no
Oh,
beer pong
well,
on
I
there.
say these are family games. These are family games, and unfortunately, Kenny and I are not family people, quite yet, at least. All right, so for whichever game that you picked, which former or current athlete, ooh, would you pick as your teammate
I
for
like this
each of
question.
those games? Okay, well, we went with the field. However, let's go back to this cornhole. Who are you gonna? What athlete, past or present, would be your cornhole partner?
But honestly, I would probably want to have fun. So I think I would either go with Charles Barkley or John Daly.
Yeah. Okay, I like that. I like that.
Imagine KBB and John Daly rolling up to the barbecue to F up. Can I say
To
that?
play cornhole. Yeah. Yeah, you can't. Well, I mean, I already gave a hard F earlier today, so I definitely think that you can. A cornhole. Who would I want to play with? Jimmy Garoppolo, right? Just me and Jimmy Garoppolo playing a little cornhole next to each other. some beers. I mean, if I could just stand next to him and play a game, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go Jimmy Garoppolo. When it comes to giant Jenga, um, I don't know why, but I want to go gymnast here. I know they're not actually, flipping or doing things, but I feel like they've got really good balance. And so let's go Simone Biles for a giant Jenga because I feel like she could get me out of some tight spots.
Simone Biles. That was a good one. I feel like you need someone
Yeah.
with little fingers,
Yeah.
little
Oh,
hands.
oh,
Kenny Pickett.
maybe
Kenny Pickett, little
Kenny.
hands.
Good one.
Yep.
Good one.
It's got to
Small
be
hands.
Kenny.
Yes. I love that. I love that. Okay, for the water balloon toss, this might have been the one where maybe you should have gone with Brady. Or maybe you want to go with a good receiver, right? Because you're going to be tossing and catching with the same
Hmm.
person.
Hmm.
So I'm going to go who's I'm going to go George Kittle on this one because you throw the ball out there and he can kind of find it and bring it to his chest. Who do you like?
I'm going to go DeAndre Hopkins, best wide receiver in the league.
All right. He's looking for a new team. Why not be on KVB's team? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. If he wants to
Yeah.
win, head to the Pats.
Yeah. All right. Three-legged race. I know I'm going with all 49ers here, but what do you want from me? Okay. Give me Christian McCaffrey for a three-legged race. Okay. That guy could get you down there.
I'm going to go three-legged race. No, what is that? You're in like a sack?
It's where you tie your legs together, right? And then you have to, because you got your own individual legs and then the leg together and you're running.
Interesting.
Yeah. You've never done
Interesting.
a three-legged race? Have
No.
you been living under a rock?
Apparently. Um, Michael
Who would you
Phelps.
want to be tied, would share a leg with and race with?
Michael Phelps.
Michael Phelps.
I don't know why
More in
that
the
came to
pool.
mind, but Michael
Hey,
Michael
by
Phelps.
the way, who wouldn't want to be tied up with Michael Phelps and run? I mean, he's normally a swimmer, but I like it. And if we go with the field, if I go with beer pong, who do I want to be my beer pong team? I'm going to go with Gronk because I just feel like he's good at the game.
Yeah, Gronk's a good one. I'm gonna go Steph Curry.
Okay. Yeah. Why not?
Yes.
I mean, that would definitely be a good one for him. All right, Kenny, that is going to conclude our Memorial Day weekend special here. This has been Moxie Bets presented by Caesar Sportsbook. Don't forget to follow us on social and tweet us your questions if you would like them answered on the show. We'll see you next week and enjoy your holiday weekend.